Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I think I can take out the mask. I'm at least 2 meters away from you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, it is my great honor and privilege to be present here today. And I am I must first and foremost, thank Shri Radha Madhav and Srimati Radha Rani for allowing me to come back here. Of course, we all know COVID has basically caused a halt to the whole world, but Krishna consciousness must continue. And I am so extremely pleased to see wonderful devotees, Baldev Prabhu, Sadhya Prabhu, Fuji, Dwarkadish Prabhu, Mother Leela Mataji, and Kalindi Mataji, very nice. Meena Mataji, very nice to see you all. So, by the mercy of Shri Radha Madhava and Srinathji, I've been allowed to come back here and share some Krishna consciousness with you. And today being a very special day of Mother's Day, so I've been tasked to speak about mothers. Very, very difficult subject matter, I must say. But let us all change Jai Radha Madhav for a few minutes, and then for another 25-30 minutes, we'll try and speak something from the Shastra. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Paribraja Kacharya Stotra Shatashi Shrimad Divine Grace AC Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON BBD Phanacharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON Guru Vrinda ki jai. Shri Guru Parampara ki jai. Nitai Go Premanande. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्री गुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्री गुरुन् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सागना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पासादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय जस्या प्रसादाद भगवत् प्रसादो जस्या प्रसादान्नगति कुतोऽपि ध्यायन्स्तु हंस्तस्य यशस्त्रिसन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणारविन्दं वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणारविन्दं वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणारविन्दं नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते तुमां कृष्ण गोस्वामिनिति नामिने Hare Krishna. So, there's a very nice shloka given by Srila Prabhupada in his purports to Srimad Bhagavatam. In many places, Srila Prabhupada ji quotes these great writers, Chanakya Pandit. And Prabhupada quotes him saying that in our lives, we all have many mothers in our life. Many of us, we don't know, we don't realize, everyone realizes or probably thinks that the mother that who has given us birth is our mother. But Chanakya Pandit says, Atma Mata Guru Patni Brahmani Raja Patnika Dhenu Dhatri Tatha Prithvi Saptaita Matara Smritaha. One's own mother, the wife of the Guru, the wife of a Brahmana, the wife of a king, the cow, the nurse, and the earth are known as 7 mothers of a man. So, Srila Prabhupada highlights and makes us realize, and that is the reason why I said, it's a very difficult task to talk about mothers. Not for the fact that, there is not enough things to glorify mothers, but there is so many things to glorify about mothers. One of the things that we all know, first and foremost, that the supreme mother of everyone is Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani ki. It is Srimati Radharani. And Srila Prabhupada has very nicely said that when we chant Hare Krishna, when we are chanting Hare, we are calling on Radharani. We are calling on Radharani. Even for Krishna's service, we have to call upon Radharani. Prabhupada says, ordinarily in our lives, when we are little children or even grown-up children, it is very difficult to approach fathers, right? You want something, you go and tell mother. Then the mother knows the technique, how to convince the father to say yes. We may have difficulty, father might put very many conditions. You are not behaving well, you are not studying well. Father might put so many conditions. But the mother, not that she does not deal with intelligence, she deals with the heart. And whilst I was looking at Shri Radha Madhav, sitting during the Aarti, standing at the back, one thought came to my mind, looking at Shri Radha Madhava, is that there is a chapter in Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, pure devotional service, a change in the heart. Whilst we may engage our intellect in the service of Krishna, we engage our abilities in the service of Krishna, but what is the most valuable thing to do? Whilst you are engaging your heart, whilst you are engaging your senses, whilst you are doing everything for Krishna, when it comes to pure devotional service, it is an offering from the heart. And that is where mothers are very, very special. Another very interesting thought came to my mind was, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Gopir Bharte aur Padakamale aur Das Das Anudas, we are to become servant of the servant of the servant of the Gopis. Servant of the servant of the servant of the Gopis. By no means I am discounting the service of Hanuman, the service of Sakha Arjuna, all the other relationships that we have in devotional service. The supreme relationship, the highest relationship that one can have with Krishna is that of the Gopis. That of the Gopis. When it comes to Gopis, we are talking about the heart. When we are talking about the heart, the closest experience of Krishna Prema in this material world you can have is that of a mother's love. When we are saying Krishna loves everyone equally, Krishna loves everyone in a selfless manner. You accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead or you don't accept Him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, yet Krishna provides you life. Krishna still provides the sunlight. Krishna still provides us the oxygen, the air that we need to breathe, the water. We may be a complete non-believer. That's alright. Krishna still does his part. What is Krishna's part? Because we are part and parcel of Krishna, therefore Krishna maintains all spirit souls. Not only human beings, the 8.4 million species of life. Krishna maintains everyone. So, how do we control Krishna? How can we offer ourselves to Krishna? It has to come from the heart. And offerings from the heart, the mothers are the perfect example. The mothers are the perfect example of offerings from the heart. So, Chanakya Pandit says, the first of the 7 mothers that each and every one of us has is Atma Mata. Atma Mata is the mother that gives us birth, our biological mother. In this world, no matter how much, of course, we exclude Radha Madhava, because Radha Madhava's love is the supreme. But in this world, no matter how much one loves us, somebody may love you so much, but their love for you will always be 9 months short of mothers. You'll meet your girlfriend, you'll say, you are my first love. No, your mother is your first love. Your wife will say, I love you the most. But always remember, before anything, practically began with you in a conscious manner, the 9 months that the mother carried you before giving birth, that is nothing but love only. While the mother is pregnant, she is not thinking that let me give birth to this child because when I will grow old, he will hold my hands or she will hold my hands and help me. When the mother is changing the diapers, she is not thinking let me do it because when I grow old then God forbid if you go that old that in old age we may need to go in diapers then they will in return serve us. The mother never thinks like that. The mother makes so much sacrifices. Whilst we are growing as children, we are crying all night. The mother is sacrificing her sleep. We can all do some sacrifices, but what mothers do, no one can do. And if I were to put that in the context of Srimati Radharani, where does Radha Madhava get served the best? Where do they get served the best? In the spiritual world. Right? In Golok Vrindavan Dham, which is their original place, they get served the best. In this world, everything is full of contamination. Whilst we are saving them, sometimes we are able to focus our mind. Sometimes we are not able to focus our mind. But that perfect service is happening in the spiritual world in Golok Vrindavan Dham. Yet, for the love of us, they descend to the material world to give us an opportunity. It is given in the Shastras that when Krishna saw all the living entities suffering, so then Krishna says, I will descend to save them. I will descend to save them. But then Krishna's problem is, Krishna does not go anywhere where Radharani is not there. And Radharani doesn't go anywhere where there is no Govardhan. Govardhan doesn't go anywhere where there is no Vrindavan. So for Krishna's pleasure, so that Krishna can save us from the material condition, from our forgetfulness, so that we can reawaken our love for Krishna, Radharani takes so much trouble for us. She follows Krishna. Why would Radharani do? Why would Radharani do this? Radharani does this more so for you and I, so that Krishna can save us. When we are looking at Another very nice shlok by Rupa Goswami in the Nectar of Instruction. Utsaha, Nischayat, Dhairyat, Tat Tat Karma Pravartanat, Sangatyagat, Sato Vritte. The 6 items of devotional service that increase your devotional service. Take the application of this verse in the context of today's event, Mother's Day. Utsaha. Each and every day, the mothers are enthusiastic. We as men, we are tired from work, we'll just sleep in a little bit more. But the mothers are thinking that we have to prepare breakfast for everyone. And she remains enthusiastic. They fall sick, they also feel tired, but they have all the enthusiasm. Uscha, Nisya, they are determined. They are very determined. They raise their children with much determination. When you look at, even in our Krishna conscious life, you look at ourselves, actually, all the women, they give us so much support. In our own homes, every one of us will have experienced that, the men might offer the arti, the men might do the offering, the woman would be the one who is going to be cooking. Of course, men also, I don't say that men don't cook, but if you were to say who cooks more, the women are doing that most of the time. So they are determined, they are doing this. Utsa Nisya Dhairyat. Look at the patience. Look at the patience of women. And apart from the Vedic history, you just look at even great women in the Indian history as well. The Vedic times. There's so many great women who made so many sacrifices. And we all know, when men are married, the woman is called the Ardhangini. What do we call Ardhangini in English? Better half. Better half. Have you ever said, the men are said as better half of the woman? It's the woman. It's the woman. According to the Vedic principles, the woman makes a house home. Otherwise, it is only a house. She makes it a home. And how does house become a home? With love. Just like Krishna says, you offer me with love, a flower, a fruit, water. It doesn't matter what it is, but it has to be with love. With love. So, if we were to just consider that for once, we are engaged in devotional service. I am sitting here and, giving this talk, I am getting reminded of my mother back home. That, Mataji gave an introduction of me. But, as a person myself, of course, the credit goes to my mother, because first and foremost, she gave me this body with which I am able to engage my senses. I am here to uplift my soul, right? We take to the path of spirituality to uplift the soul. But if the soul doesn't have this body, how do we uplift the soul? You need to chant your rounds, right? You need to chant your rounds. How does your soul chant the rounds? We are very, very conditioned, right? Maybe some of you are, but definitely I am not. I'm not in a state that, I can chant in my soul. It's like, I sit in a yoga position and I've forgotten about the existence of the body and I've forgotten about everything outside of me. I am deeply into my soul and I am connecting with Krishna. I'm not able to do that. But I'm able to benefit my soul by engaging my senses. into the service of Krishna. And these senses are connected to this body. And this body has been given to me, the soul. Of course, the invisible hand behind everything is Krishna's, but it is the mother who had formed this body or sustained or maintained this body, fed this body with her blood and flesh and nurturing. So that's why my mother is in a permanent situation of benefiting from Krishna consciousness as long as I remain engaged in the service of Krishna. So that's the eternal credit that's given. All the time. Srila Prabhupada also, in Prabhupada Lilamrita, many times Srila Prabhupada said the credit was also his parents who trained them in Krishna consciousness. And it's the mother who trains, all of us have experience in life. The mother trains us, she holds our hands. Father, of course, teaches us to walk and do everything. But it is the mother. It is the food that the mother has eaten, or the food that mother, or the thoughts, or the speech that mother has taught us. When we were small little kids, we were not able to talk even. It is the mother who is singing the glory, right? And she sings about Krishna's glory. She sings about the demigods. She sings about all these religious things, which go into us. That's our making. That's how we are made. And that is why in the Vedic tradition, generally saints have said that mother and father are the first guru. They are the first guru. And it is correct. Once our Diksha Guru or our Siksha Gurus come and enlighten us in the spiritual knowledge. But of course, that Adau Shraddha, that little faith which brings you to the association of saintly persons, it is coming from the upbringing that we have had. No matter what faith or belief systems we have followed, we may have learned things from the Bible or the Quran or any other religious text. The whole idea is to reawaken the love of God. All of us sitting here, all of us who have some little spiritual interest, or even the concept about God that exists within our heart or in our minds, or something we know about God, it has come from our religious belief systems, which has, in the early days, when we were born a little, it has generally come from our mothers. So, mothers are exactly like gurus, whom we cannot ever repay. And there are wonderful stories in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Look at the story of Dhruva Maharaj. Look at the story of Dhruva Maharaj. When Dhruva Maharaj was troubled, when Dhruva Maharaj's stepmother actually told Dhruva Maharaj that you can only sit on the king's lap if you are born of me. Then Dhruva Maharaj went running, crying to his mother and said, what do I do? So the mother said, only Krishna can help you. So she became the Marg Pradarshak Guru of Dhruva Maharaj. Also the scriptures give a wonderful example of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj. How did Prahlad Maharaj get an opportunity to hear Krishna consciousness? Or what was the first interaction of Prahlad Maharaj in Krishna consciousness? That first interaction of Prahlad Maharaj happened with Narad Muni. But at that time Prahlad Maharaj was not born. Prahlad Maharaj was still in the womb of Kayadu. Who heard the Srimad Bhagavatam? Kayadu sat before Narad Muni and heard the Srimad Bhagavatam. And it was through Kayadu Prahlad got an opportunity to associate with Narad Muni. Just that association in the womb of his mother, through the womb of his mother. How was the baby Prahlad in the womb hearing? he was hearing through the senses of Kayadu. That's how the sound vibration was going in. So this is how great mothers are. This is how great mothers are. If we appreciated this, back home in Fiji, we have our government, who's constantly trying to resolve social problems. And one of the problems that we are having, and it is world over, it is happening world over, is that, when parents grow old, they need to go into some senior home, It's just, a modern way of coining it. We say senior home, so it sounds respectable. But from Vedic context, it simply means that children cannot take care of their. Did the mother feel like that when she carried you in a womb? Well, of course, these days maybe mothers, Prabhupada said that, in the Vedic times, mothers would die for their children. But in the modern days, to keep their figures, mothers would abort their children. Mothers would kill their children. This is not Vedic tradition. Killing anyway is violence. Violence is prohibited. In any form, any shape. It is forbidden. So, we all of us sitting here in this temple hall at this point in time, or if all our viewers who are listening to us, we all owe it to our mothers who have given us this. There are so many species of life. There are so many human beings. Just consider human beings. Forget about the other species of life. If you are only to consider the human beings, what is the world population of human beings, Homo sapiens? And how many of them are spiritually inclined and engaged in the service of Krishna? So you can see just by that how fortunate we are. And what is our fortune? Definitely our disciplic succession, our heritage is our fortune, but at the same time our wonderful upbringing, our mothers and fathers, what they have done for us, that is also a rich heritage that brings us to this platform of Adau Shraddha. That is why we have some interest in spiritual life, or some interest in spirituality. Now to further nurture that, we go in the association of devotees. We go in the association of devotees, we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, we hear transcendental sound vibration, chanting of the holy names, we execute the bhajana kriya, then we develop firm faith. So similarly, also the scriptures say, so our own mothers, if we were not able to respect anyone else, at least, charity begins at home. At least we start from doing that for our own mothers. And Srila Prabhupada has done this wonderful tradition, Vedic tradition, that because of their compassion, the love in the heart of mothers, Srila Prabhupada has created this wonderful tradition, within our society, that we actually address old ladies as mothers. That means we become recipient of their compassion. We become recipient of their compassion. Of course, in modern civilization, we believe that now, it's equal rights. I'm too young, I'm a little girl to be called a mother. But that's the Vedic tradition. It just develops a different kind of relationship. When you give respect to others, other ladies especially, as mother, you immediately become recipient of their compassion. You become recipient of their blessings. So, Prabhupada also, Chanakya Pandit also says in Prabhupada's quote, so of course our own mothers, then we also have Guru Patni. Of course, Guru Patni is our mother. We have seen in the Vedic history, Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrugna, they went to the ashram. Krishna, Sudama, they went to the ashram. Sandipani Muni's wife. So it's a mother. So when the children go into the ashram, the Guru Patni is gives them all the love and care. Then we have the Brahmanis. The wives of the Brahmanas. They are also mothers. We learn, just like, we have Kalindi Mataji in the temple. We have all the senior ladies, they are wives of Brahmanas. And we always learn few things from them, right? So mothers are just like mothers are always teaching us. So the wife of the Brahmana is also teaching us all the time. Rajapadnika, the queen, the king's wife. And Dhenu, the cow. Cow is also respected. That's the Vedic tradition. In Western civilization, it may be promoting cow killing, but cow killing, Prabhupada says, is just like killing your own mother. Nowadays, you ask, ask children, where does the milk come from? They will say the milk comes from the fridge. Many don't even know that, it comes from cow. And Prabhupada says that Vedic scriptures say, and milk has, of course, we know what is the component of milk, we say, what is there in the milk, we all know, it's calcium, so everyone talks about that. But it's not only that. Milk has a very special substance, which is love, which then develops. Srila Prabhupada says, nowhere in this world do we find a scientific creation or a machine where you put in grass and milk comes out. Does that happen? It only happens in Krishna's creation. The cow eats the grass and then turns that grass into milk. How does that happen? It happens by the sneha, the love of the cow for the calf. So, and likewise, Srila Prabhupada says, the caregiver, our nurse, when we are born, the nurse looks after us, nurses us, so that's also a mother. And lastly, Prithvi, the mother earth. So Mother Earth is, Vedic tradition says that, it's just like, the mother takes the child in the lap, so Mother Earth is doing that. And we do so many things, she tolerates it. She tolerates all the nonsense that we do. Yet she lets us stand on our 2 feet and we do whatever we want to do of this world. So please never forget that mothers are very special, and it is not only to be celebrated today on Mother's Day. It is an everyday celebration. We should every day thank the mothers. We must be grateful to them. All we can do at the least is express our gratitude to them for all that. If I say nothing else, be grateful that they have given you this body with which you are able to do whatever. Even if you don't execute spiritual life, whatever you do materially, that is also only possible to be executed through this body, which is a making of the mother who has fed this with her own blood, sweat, love and care. So I'm very, very grateful today to Srimati Radharani, first and foremost, that she has come with Krishna to give us an opportunity to engage in Krishna consciousness. We are so full of faults, so full of contaminations, so conditioned. If you looked at our own selves, we have no qualification to serve Krishna. Yet by the mercy of Srimati Radharani and Srila Prabhupada, it is the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This mantra itself is Radharani's mantra. This mantra itself is Radharani's love for Krishna. Radharani's love for Krishna. Look at what the gopis do to get the mercy of Krishna. Yet you and I, by the mercy of Srimati Radharani and by the mercy of Srimati Radharani's great devotee who is Srila Prabhupada ki. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada's father, Gaur Mohan De, any saintly person came to their home, he would ask them that please bless Srila Prabhupada, Abhay, so that he will become a devotee of Srimati Radharani. And that Abhay, Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, has brought this Krishna consciousness to our excess, wherever we are in this world. Otherwise, Krishna consciousness is all confined to India, right? But it is only by Srila Prabhupada's mercy. Many of you are from India. So you all ran away from the Holy Land. Right? You all want to come to Canada, you all want to go to US, make some money. So Prabhupada is running after you with Krishna consciousness. This is your real wealth. Don't go away. Don't go away. That okay, just like Krishna is saying, okay, you want to go to the material world, so be it, but I will still come and provide you the opportunity for Krishna consciousness. Yada yada idharmasya glanir bhavati bharata paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam. So Krishna comes to this material world to provide us an opportunity. So similarly, Srila Prabhupada has brought that opportunity. So we are all running all over the world, but Prabhupada is, just like, again, it is just like a mother. I'm sure I know all the fathers, all the parents who have had children. I don't think we as fathers, I have 2 children. We as fathers, we don't have the patience to feed little children. You have to take the bowl of food and go after them. They like to eat, then they want to play, then want to do something else, then they want to eat. Mothers have all the patience in this world to do that. So this way, mothers are so great. Mothers are so great. So we are all blessed to have such wonderful ladies in our lives. Even if we come to the temple, the Matajis are there. So we thank them. We pray to Shri Radha Madhav to bless them more and more, because the more blessed they are, they will share the blessings with us. They will make us Krishna conscious. And you will see everywhere, it is generally the women who become devotees first, because they deal with their heart. Men is dealing too much with their mind. They want to use all their intelligence. But no, Krishna consciousness, of course, you use your intelligence, but Krishna consciousness is about the heart. So today we pray that, we become blessed by all these wonderful ladies, all the wonderful Matajis in the scriptures, that we also develop the softness of the heart that is required for pleasing Krishna. And we can learn this from all our mothers. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Yeah. I'm sorry, I've taken 15 minutes extra. If there's any question or comment you want to add, so you can do that. Whatever I've learned from my spiritual master and the association of devotees, I will try to help your understanding. Yes, Prabhuji.
Some more examples of mother after the cow?
After the cow? After the cow was caregiver, the nurse, and of course Mother Earth. Yeah. So 7 mothers we all have. Okay, thank you very, very much. It is so wonderful to see you all again. I think the last I was here was in 2018. And the coronavirus has sort of stopped everything. And I was just thinking that how we can see this is Kali Yuga, right? So Kali Yuga manifests in different ways, so the coronavirus comes, we are all going to, it is said in the scriptures, just by a moment's association with devotees. But look at what coronavirus is doing, it's saying get 2 meters apart. Get 2 meters apart. And hide your face. Of course, you are not doing anything good, so we can't show our faces. But Srila Prabhupada says, let's turn the corona into karuna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to distribute karuna. So, if you remain in the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you'll get mercy. You leave the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada, then die of corona. So, thank you very much. I'm here for maybe 7 days or so. So I think we have some programs aligned, and so we'll meet again and again. But other than that, I wish all the mothers very happy Mother's Day, and every one of you actually, please keep enthusiastic in Krishna consciousness. The challenges that have come in life, we all have learned to deepen our own Krishna consciousness. The wonderful process of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Of course, the temple is there, please long for and desire, come and do service in the temple. This is Krishna is present here. But in the times that you cannot come to the temple, we should be very intelligent. So coronavirus stopped, public gathering. So, but we can still continue doing service, one at a time, right? We can continue to do service in our own homes. So please establish temples in your own homes, small temples. Offer your food, chant Krishna's name, and read Srila Prabhupada's books. You will be saved. Prabhupada says, chant 16 rounds every day and worship Lord Chaitanya. Going back home, back to God, it is guaranteed. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Go Premanande. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.